Hola, bienvenidos a todos. But that's all for my Spanish, but I'm very honored to be here. And it's my first time that I'm here also in South America. And it's also the first time that this investment case symposium is now also in the Global South, because the other editions, 6 editions, were in Europe, the last one in my home country, in Luxembourg. So I'm a Minister of Environment, Climate and Biodiversity for 1 year now. And my first trip, when I became minister, was to the COP29, the climate COP. It was there where I also discovered, I have to be honest, the whole global event around climate, the fight against climate change and mitigation, adaptation. I was very impressed. And this is now my first COP on biodiversity. But back then, I had some bilaterals. I was struck by the fact that I know, because I'm a historian, that these are different COPs, but why we don't have more synergies also between the different COPs? Because they were all founded in 1992 here in South America, in Rio, in Brazil, at the Earth Summit. And I think, and I was talking to John before, and he said, if there is one key message, I'm joining him completely on that, and Luxembourgish government is also advocating for that, is that we have to find back the spirit of the Rio Earth Summit in 1992, and we have to work together on all levels. And that's also what GLF is doing. That's also what Luxembourgish government wants to do. Why? Because it's part of our policy making, but also because it's part of our DNA. Luxembourg is a small state. Perhaps it was luck that we still exist as a state, as a national state, but still we are a national state, but we are also a very open-minded state because we are so small. It's something that we need to do, always work together with our neighbors. And I think that we are one of the most international places also on Earth. So we are at one side a national state, but also a multinational state. So it's also in our DNA to work together in our daily life between all these people living in Luxembourg and coming from all over the world, even from South America, even Colombians, Brazilians, they live in Luxembourg. You will find the whole world gathered also in Luxembourg. So that's something that from child on, we have in our DNA, that we work together, that we want also to build bridges, historic bridges between France and Germany, in order that they don't fight against each other again. And because there were 2 world wars happening just there, between France and Germany, and Luxembourg was always in between. So that was our historic mission also with Belgium and other countries, to bring them together again around the table. We founding member of the European Union, but now also because we also profited a lot of the economic wealth also and growth that Europe had known then after World War II, and we are now one of the wealthiest countries in the world. We know also that we have a huge responsibility, because we have also a huge ecological footprint, and that's why we at home we do everything to preserve our biodiversity, to fight also climate change at home, to get CO2 emissions mitigate, and also to adapt to climate change. But we know that's also part of our responsibility to fight it globally. And that's also why our government is investing a lot of public money also. For example, in this Biodiversity Framework Fund, the Global Biodiversity Framework Fund, that we pledged 7 millions. And these 7 millions will be used then also to leverage money from public sector. And we have a lot of initiatives also ongoing between the private sector and the Luxembourgish government in order to get this money together. And what's also very important for Luxembourg is that we have the co-benefits. It's not just return on invest, the classic one, economic one, but it's also the social, and I stress the social and the ecological benefit. And for us, local communities, indigenous people, also women, children, also strengthening their rights globally, it's very important. We want projects to become major in incubators, become bankable, to be invested, and then the money should then be used by local communities, because they know how to preserve and conserve nature, and how to manage sustainable nature and also their local communities. So that's what we want to do, and that's why we work together with GLF, for example, but also we have a common initiative, the Resilient Luxembourg, Resilient Landscape Luxembourg. You would hear about this later on, and that's why I wish you here also now enjoy this morning, because you will have also then people who give you insight, who will show you that what are the projects, the current projects, the ongoing projects, and that it's possible. It's possible to work together, all of us, public, private, NGOs, local communities, and if we all work together and we show that it's possible, that this is not something that's just speeches, but it's actions, and we want to show you these actions, then I think we will also fight, and we will also then provide a sustainable future also for our children. I want to thank them for their unique performance here, because that's also what it's all about, that these generations also provide a sustainable future to our future generations. I thank you. Muchas gracias.